We are back with another real-time exercise session, and this week I decided we'll do a standing workout. So for this you will need a chair but no other equipment, so let's get started. First exercise we're going to do is marching. So standing on the spot, we're going to march 10 times each leg. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now you may be going a little bit higher than me or a little bit shorter than me, but that's okay. Find what works for you. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So working our hip flexor muscles, the ones that run along the front of our hip here for that one. Next one we're going to do is standing hip abduction. So standing facing the chair, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Raising your leg out to the side like this. So 10 times. Now this is only a small movement. You shouldn't be hiking your leg up or your hip up with this one. 5, 6, 10. You should be feeling this exercise on your standing leg in your bottom and your hip, but also the moving leg. So now we're going to go out to the other side. So other leg, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, you might be going a little bit faster or slower than me, that's okay, as long as your movement is controlled. 9 and 10. Good. So again, working the hip muscles and the glutes with those exercises. Next one we're going to do is another lower body exercise. So this session is mainly lower body dominant exercises. So holding onto the chair for balance, we're going to start with calf raises. We'll do 12 this time. So pushing up through your big toes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, halfway. Just a light touch on the chair for balance. We don't want to physically push our hands through onto the chair and use our weight. We just want a little bit of balance. I think that's number 10, lost count. 11, 12. So that exercise is mainly working our calf muscles. Next one we're going to do a little bit of rotation. So what I want you to do is we're going to start off nice and easy. We're going to come out with that hand. I want you to point forward and then rotate and keep following your hand, going as far back as you feel comfortable. 1. We're going to do this one 6 times. 2. Nice and slow as well so you don't get dizzy. 3. If you do feel dizzy at any point, slowly rotate, stop in different positions first before you move. 5, and last one, 6, other side as well. Pointing, rotating around. 1, 2, 3, halfway. Nice and slow again with those head movements. 5 and 6. Last one. Okay, next one we're going to do is a side lunge, or a little bit of a step out to the side. So facing your chair, I'm just going to show you side on what it will look like. You're going to step out and just bend into that knee a little bit and back in. So we're going to do 8 of these. So facing your chair, 1, 2, 3. You should feel this in your lower body, especially this moving leg as well. 5. Again, if you're going slower or faster, that's okay as long as your movement is controlled. 7, 8, holding onto the chair as well if you need that extra support or balance. 9 and 10. Very good. Other leg, swap sides. So coming out to the side, step and lean. So it's just our knee bending and our hip sinking back just a little bit. We don't want to move like this with our torso. We just want a little knee bend. I think I'm number 5, 6, 7. Keep this leg straight as you move the other one out. 9 and last one. 10. Very good. Okay. Next exercise. Now, if you do want to break at any point as well, you can just pause the video to have a bit of a rest. Otherwise, let's keep going. Next video is mini squats, so holding onto the chair, feet shoulder width apart. We want to sink our bottom backwards like we're sitting on a chair. Now, if you like, you can actually physically put a chair behind you for this one, but we're going to sink our bottom back and up. We're going to do 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 2 more left, 11 and 12. Very good. So our lower body right now, you should be feeling it everywhere with that exercise. Next one we're going to do is a little bit different, a little bit more mobility work. So putting our body and our muscles and our joints in different positions, not under much load. So again, you're going to need the chair for this one. You're going to be standing up, and I want you to grab your right hand and try and lift it, reach over to the left side of your chair. So front on, you're going to reach over to that side and stand back up. And then we're going to take the left hand, reach over to the right arm, and then back. So count 1 rep as both sides. So that's number 2 for me. 3, 4. Now you may squat a little bit, some reach over, or you may just bend. Whatever works for you today. 6, I think I might have missed one, that's alright. 7, 8, 9, we're going to 10, and 10. Okay. For our next one, what we're going to do is reach down the backs of the legs now. So holding onto the chair, you can have your feet as wide as comfortable. The wider they are, the easier this one will be. So holding on one side, you can bend down as much as you feel comfortable. So if going to here is enough for you, you can stop there. Otherwise, try and reach out as much as you can and back up. We're going to do 8 total, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost there. 6, 7, and last one. 8. Good job. So lots of mobility work in the lower back and the spine region, and in our hips and knees as well. So the next exercise we're going to do is some balance work. Now for safety, use a chair when you're doing balance work. Even if you stand next to a bench or a wall as well, you can even have a chair on this side or someone to supervise you as well. What we're going to start with is both hands on the chair, put your right foot in front, left foot behind. Now if this is too challenging to stand one foot in front of the other, just make them a little bit wider apart so you have a bit of a gap. What we're going to do is stand one foot in front of the other, heel to toe, and we're going to balance like this. Now if this is too easy, I want you to go to your fingertips. If this is still too easy, perhaps one fingertip, and then maybe one hand, or no hands. So it's up to you where you want to go today. You might keep your hands on the chair the entire time. You might go to fingertips or no hands as well. So we're going to be balancing here, keeping our gaze steady. If you want that extra challenge, if this is too easy, you can turn your head slowly, one side to the middle, and then to the other side, so you can do head turns. If you feel unsteady at all, that's where we've got the wall and the chair. You can even have a couple of fingers on the chair, moving your head side to side. Now if you do feel unsafe at all, you don't have to do the head turns, you can just stand here and practice your balance work. Let's swap over legs, so both hands on the chair. Now we're going to move our legs. First option, having that gap between your feet. Second option, heel to toe, feet touching, both hands on. Perhaps going to fingertips on both hands. Perhaps taking it a little bit further. One hand or no hands, or just hovering over there. So if you want to, you can quickly grab it. Still balancing, maintaining that gaze. Again, if you want that extra challenge, you can do head turns. One side nice and slow, to the other side nice and slow. Now it is normal to feel a bit unsteady or unstable in your feet, and your feet muscles are moving around. That's okay. If you do feel a bit wobbly or unsafe, grab the chair. Keep doing your head turns or maintain your gaze. Okay, now what we're going to do is come out of that position, both hands on the chair. We're going to do hamstring curls. So standing about hip width apart with our feet, we're going to keep our knees closely together and in line. If they do want to separate a little bit, I would suggest joining your feet up together, and we're going to curl our heel to our bottom. We're going to do this 10 times. So heel to your bottom. So you should feel this in your hamstring, the back of your legs here. You should also maybe feel it on the standing leg, your glute muscles, your hip muscles. I've already lost count. I think there's another 6. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, shake it out a little bit if you need. We're going to swap legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, and final one, 10. Very good. Okay, I'm going to do another exercise. Again, if you want to take breaks, you can just pause the video. What we're going to do is now toe raises. So we did calf raises before where we come up onto our toes, but this time we're actually going to just lift our toes off the ground. Now what I don't want to see is you pushing your bottom back to do that. We just want to lift our toes up. Now if they only get 2 centimeters or 1 centimeter, if they don't get off the ground at all, that's okay. As long as you're doing the movement and you feel that you're trying to really lift up. We're going to do 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We're going to do one last exercise today. It is another glute bottom exercise and a hip exercise. Standing nice and close to your chair, both hands on, nice and straight torso. So we don't want to see an arch in your back like this or this way. Nice and tall. We're going to lift our leg back, just like this. Now, what can happen is we lift our leg up, but we keep going and our back arches. We want to not do that. So keeping your torso nice and straight. We're going to do 10. I think this is number 5 for me. 6, 7, 8, 10. So you should feel this in your standing leg, but it's also working your bottom muscle on the moving leg. So swapping legs now, we're going to do 10 on the other side. I'm halfway, number 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Good job for tuning in today and doing the exercises. I hope you enjoyed them. If you do have any questions, please ask away or give the clinic a call to see myself or Hayley, exercise physiologist, and we can take you through an appropriate exercise program.